Okay, so today we're going to be doing the no disclaimers book tag. I've done this before, but it's been a while, and somebody on the Discord requested this video, so here we are. I haven't looked at the questions yet, so we'll do it together. Original video will be linked in the description if it's still up. Question number 1, which trope in books annoys you the most? Hey, I just did a trope video. Which one annoys me the most? Ooh, so are we gonna talk about stuff like abusive relationships that are romanticized? Because that'd be it. Or romanticizing sexual assault, or the way sometimes, a lot of times, women are described first and foremost by how perky their breasts are in books. These are all tropes. These are all themes, reoccurrences that I get tired of and that are my least favorite. But let's go tame. Let's just talk about, instead of talking about things that make me burn with rage, let's talk about just, some more chill tropes that are more of a just preference, not for me. And then we'll be talking about resurrection, won't we? I did do a whole video, link it there and in the description, where I talked about all the tropes I hate and I tier ranked them, and then I did a follow-up video talking about most of those tropes where they're done well in books. So go watch that if you want to see me scream for a little while. I don't go negative very often on my channel because I don't really like to, but you guys seem to like it a lot. Question number 2, which writer or writers do you feel are overrated or overhyped? Ooh, ouch. I don't know that I think anybody is overrated or overhyped. I don't want to spend this video talking about preferences are a thing and it's okay to have preferences. So instead I'll just say which authors don't work for me. I've recently learned that Murakami falls into that category. I've now read 2 of his books, and I just don't think that he's my author. That's the most recent one that I've found that I've realized I'm not going to read any more of his work. Stephen King, I really don't think is an author for me. I've read, I think, like 8 of his books now, and only one of them did I love. And then only one of them did I very much enjoy. And then everything else I was it wasn't for me. I think that I can understand why people like him, but he doesn't seem to fit my taste personally. I know the man's read enough that you could argue 8 books isn't enough to decide if you like him or not. And I would argue, yes, it is. Leave me alone. Although I still may try at least one more of his books. There's a couple I kind of have an eye on. Question 3, what are your least favorite books you've read since you started blogging? The Duke and I, Anna and the French Kiss, Nevernight, AJ Fickery, Clockwork Princess. I don't know. I could go on. That's kind of fun. I have rants for all of those things though, so do we need to rehash? Oh, Kafka on the Shore. I just recorded my review for that today though, so I'm gonna let myself have a little break. Question number 4, what is a terrible ending that ruined an otherwise quality book? So we have AJ Fickery, which was mentioned before. If you guys don't remember, if you didn't see the thing, I had a reading vlog where I was reading this book. In the first half of the book, I was hyping so hard. I was already giving it 5 stars. I was so obsessed with it. I thought that this was my next Frederick Bachman. And then the second half of the book, particularly the last chunk of the book, moved it all the way down to a 1. I hated that ending so much, it ruined the book. Turn of the Key is another great one. Thanks, Lynn. Oh my goodness, that was a thriller that I was enjoying so much. It was one of those books where I was on the edge of my seat. Every single page I was gripped by, and I couldn't really tell how it was going to end. I had a couple of theories, but I knew they were all wrong. It could have gone really, it could have gone supernatural. It could have gone not that way. So many things. And then the ending happened. Not only was it anticlimactic, but it was all just Like, we didn't even get to see it, it was all told to us in a letter that was less than a page long, just in a quick little summary, and then the book was over. And man, did I hate that. Ooh, The Giver. Thanks, Cole. The Giver. Ooh, I didn't mind the ending in The Giver particularly. It was very open-ended, but there were other books coming, so I was ready to see it happen. And each book was a companion, and it took place in different areas of the world, and they were connected loosely. And then the final book was supposed to tie it all together. But you know what it didn't do? It didn't tie it all together. It did tie some of it together, but there were so many open threads, and some of them just weren't even addressed in the final book. It just... And Jane Eyre. Thanks, Lucy. Jane Eyre. I really loved Jane. And I wanted her to be happy, but she deserved better than the ending she got. I have many, many videos on that already, so I'll just leave it there. But daggum, that romance. Question number 5, which fictional characters do you wish were not killed off? That sounds like spoilers. I'm not mad about characters dying. Like, they may hurt me and I may be mad in the moment, but usually that death adds to the story. It's very rare that I come across a death that I feel is completely meaningless and the author, why'd you do it? And that's really the kind of deaths that make me upset. And those ones I don't really feel any need to list those. But in general, even if it's one of my favorite characters and it hurts me and I'm very upset and I need to scream about it, ultimately, I want books with high stakes to have high consequences. So even though they cause me many emotions, it's fine. So I'm very bad at this question. Number 6, what are some of your bookish pet peeves? Repetitive writing. Yeah, I'm gonna go that route because we already talked about tropes and stuff. So I despise patterns. I've talked about this in videos before. I'll try to keep it brief. I don't like patterns. It's a weird thing about me. I don't know how to fix it. I don't like patterns. When I notice an author finds a word that they love and they use it over and over and over again, it makes me lose my mind. And I start counting the number of times that word is used. And I'm also that way with audiobooks. If a narrator has a certain cadence that they use on repeat, I hear it and then I can't unhear it and then I can't finish the audiobook. I have to switch to physical reading because it will ruin the story for me. I don't know why and I don't know how to turn that side of my brain off, but when I notice phrases or words or even sentence structures, I hate this about myself, even sentence structures that get really repetitive in books, I lose it. I wish I wasn't that way. I am that way. Question number 7, what are some books you feel should have more recognition? I think I scream about books enough on this channel that you know which ones I think that about. I think Frederick Bachman is a sorely underloved, underappreciated author, especially here on BookTube. I know that literary fiction isn't the primary genre discussed on BookTube, and I totally understand why, but I happen to love it. And I would love for more people to scream about him. Controversial opinion, Du Maurier. I yelled about Rebecca nonstop when I read that book, and it's my least favorite of her books that I've read. I would love for more of the bookish world to read more Du Maurier. I would love for more of her books to get recognition because Rebecca is great, but there's so much better out there by her. This bad boy, The Boy, the Mole, the Fox, and the Horse, I want everyone in the world to read. My Dark Vanessa, which I totally understand people don't want to read because it's very difficult subject matter and it is written in very difficult way. Like, there's difficult scenes in here, but it's so incredible and I would love to discuss it more with people. I want more people to talk about Michael Crichton. I know Jurassic Park is obviously a popular movie, but he's really good. He has really good books, and I'd love for more people to be talking about him. I mean, it's not like the world doesn't know about him, but I just don't see that many people talking about him. Question number 8, what are your thoughts on censorship and banning books? I'm totally cool with places like school systems and like parents and I don't know. Sorry, my memory card filled up. I'm totally cool with people saying, no, I'm not going to put this book in my school library, or no, I'm not gonna buy this book for my kid. I think that that's reasonable. I think that that's fine. But as far as like properly banning or censoring books and saying we won't sell this anymore, no. Question number 9 is, who do you tag? You. Answer these questions in the comments, please. That's the end of the tag. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And be sure to chat with me more about some of these questions in the comments. I post videos every Tuesday through Friday. I'll see you guys again soon. Bye.